Welcome back to Playing It Safe. Today I am focusing on just the self evaluation. Why is that? It's because it's June. So every year, especially since my birthday is coming up in July, and since I work in education, we start a new academic July 1st. My birthday is July 9th. Why not? So every year I like to do a self evaluation a few times. I don't wait to New Year's resolution. I like to start focusing in the summer to think, well, what am I going to do this next upcoming academic year? What are my plans? What are my goals, motivations, and how do I move forward? So this past year, it's been really great. It's been a lot of transition and change. It's been a lot of stress. It's been a lot of doubt and wondering if I did the right thing. So, I've mentioned before that I moved, and this move was really difficult in the fact that I was moving my entire family to a new school, a new area. I was moving away from my mother and moving away from my job. I'm gonna be commuting. Is this the right thing? So I really put the cart before the horse, and I was really just trying to see and really believe in myself that I was trying to make change and move forward. I've always played it safe, so much so that it has affected my, I guess, just my, I don't want to say my quality of life, but it's affected my fulfillment and my happiness, right? I'm always just trying to make sure that I have a job that has benefits, that, make sure that I have the right routine, security, all that good stuff. So I went ahead and did this really drastic move. My husband, God bless him, he's a great man. He was a little concerned about it because, like, well, what are we doing? This kind of, hectic. I'm not sure. And thankfully, everything that I kept pushing for and that I kept wanting to do, and knowing that I was going to make some big moves and chances, right? It wasn't playing it safe necessarily. It's it worked. It panned out. It's been able to do many great things. I was able to. We just finished this school year, putting my kids in a whole new school district in a new area. They're doing wonderful. This whole move has really just been a great move, and it's like I kind of figured out the system. I finally figured out how to play it and play it well, right? So now that I'm here, sitting here in this beautiful house that is my new home that I'm in, I'm just really just trying to see what are the next goals, how am I going to transition into this new year, and just really trying to focus on myself. So I've been working on my book on the back end. I've mentioned this before that originally I was trying to do this because I wasn't going to do the podcast because I wanted to do the book, but then, all kinds of stuff happened. The world shut down, and I had to really refocus on that. So now I've been writing, and it's been great. I've been making connections here. It's going to be taking a lot of effort to make sure I can interview these people because it's a lot of expenses behind that, but I still believe in my ultimate, goal. And what the ultimate goal is being able to publish books, which is ironic because I hate writing, right? But I just believe that this can be a tool for other people to see, if they had ideas or they've had some inspiration, and that they can actually follow and pursue what they've always wanted to do, right? Because I didn't do that. I know many of you are not doing what you really wanted to do, and we feel like we're stuck. So I'm hoping that more people can listen, more people can read other people's stories, and see that representation, that it really matters, that others are out there doing great things, and that you can ultimately become whatever you want to become, right? And so, as I pursue forward, I've just been really having to remind myself of the little things. I saw this post, and it's not that I'm like huge on religion, but I saw this post and I sent it to my brother. It was, I'm so focused on the future that I'm, I'm botching it probably, but it's like you're so focused on the future that you're not enjoying the things that you prayed for that's happening now. And so, I keep worrying about the future. I keep, every day, I've mentioned this before, I keep worrying about generational wealth and how, am I going to make sure that my kids are doing well, that they can hopefully one day be whatever they want to be, that all the hard work pays off, that with them breaking the cycle, them moving forward, and with all that, I forget to enjoy all the awesome things around me, and so I'm trying to really live in that moment. Sometimes I catch myself not enjoying it, right? And so I'm always trying to refocus and trying to be like, hey, like, wake up, let's live in the moment. So, um, today it's just about self love, refocusing, and planning ahead. But while you're planning, to not forget to celebrate all the little, uh, just the little progress you made. It's a celebration. The joke in my household is that I'm always celebrating. I'm like, come on, let's go out to eat. I want to celebrate. And it's like, for what? I'm celebrating because I made it today, okay? I made it today. I'm celebrating. And so let's start celebrating the little areas that we have done, and just making sure that, we're thankful for our health and that we're able to be in a country that allows us to have these visions and goals and pursue them. So, as far as what I'm going to do this upcoming year, is I am really trying to just finish my book. I still have a good 2 years left of my goal, but I'm just trying to get through it. My goal is to make sure I'm motivated to keep going. It's hard, it's tiring. I know that I do a lot of things, but shit, I'm tired. I got 5 kids. I'm working all the time. I'm commuting, making sure that I make enough to pay for everything, and it just gets tough. The daunting of life really gets to me, as it does to many of you. So it's hard if we let everything, if we think about everything, right? Like, think about what you have to do. Um, you know, work. You work because you got to pay for everything, and it can become overwhelming. And so, instead of that, letting that overpower me, I'm just really trying to make sure that I'm continuing on with my ultimate goals, and they continue to grow and change, right? So I want to keep interviewing people and just making sure that I am spreading the word. Now, a lot of the people I'm interviewing for the book won't be on the podcast initially, right? And that's just because I want to make sure that I'm focusing on uh, being able to transcribe what I'm doing. And a lot of these people that I'm interviewing, I'm not interviewing in a formal setting where I'm sitting down with them. I'm actually following them, living their lives for a good day or two, and documenting everything. So it wouldn't fit in this small little podcast. And so I'm going to keep working on that. One thing I want to keep focusing on is to just make sure that I'm always just progressing. Whether that's in work, or with this book, or um, with the fitness, or my relationship with my kids, or my husband, or maybe all of them, right? I probably should be doing all of them. But I just want to make sure that it's always moving. Again, we get stuck in a rut. I think this past year has been really eye opening to me. I continue to meet individuals who feel very, very unhappy and very stuck. They feel very stuck in their situations in life. And so I know how that feels. And so today it's really just making sure that you can move past that. I like to listen to fun podcasts like Joe Rogan others. And sometimes the conversation is talking about just like, oh, what if this happened, or what if this happened in the world, and then it was over, and then all of a sudden I'm like freaking out because like, holy shit, I never thought about that. Oh my god, what if aliens come, or what if I don't know, the world stops spinning for a second, then the water comes in, tsunami. Okay, my mind goes really crazy, right? And again, it's like, well, just live in live in the moment, just live in the moment. And I know this sounds really simple, but it also sounds like it's not possible for some people, but it is, right? So, in order for you to progress to whatever goals you have, do know that it's going to be hard. I was just, yesterday, I just attended a graduation for California Indian Nations College. So, I am a professor for a community college. And then California Indian Nations College is a college that's trying to get accredited, that's working through my current institution. And they're progressing, right? So I've been with them for quite some time. I teach a class at least each semester with them, and I've been helping them, with others. And it's really focused on Native American students, that they have it's tribal school that can be focused on, you know, um, culturally responsive curriculum, and really an area for students to feel embraced and welcome and empowered. So I attended their graduation yesterday, and it was pretty amazing because in the graduation, it's very different from others. Now, last week or the week before, and by the time you guys hear this, it's going to be some time past, but um, I had to attend my current institution's graduation, and it's the traditional graduation where we have a couple speakers, and then we had, I don't know, over 1,400 students graduate, which is amazing. But it was just like hours of name calling, and it was a little daunting, right? I love it, I enjoy it, but it was a bit much. And so with the California Indian Nations College, 14 students graduated. You're like, well, that's not many. Well, this is their biggest graduation class. It's a school that just started not that long ago. So we finally got about 14 students, and hopefully it continues to grow, that we'll have hundreds of students graduating. And in the graduation, when you walk into the ceremony, it's really beautiful. So they have, we follow bird singers that are, it's like a ceremony. We go in, and we are taking a time to be very thankful for the grounds we're on. It's very different, right? It's a blessing over the grounds we stand on, and cleansing of the area. And it really felt like, you're trying to go into, you're thanking the creator and the spirits, and it's very different than what I'm used to, right? But it was very welcoming and embracing, because we do a whole blanketing of each student. It's a whole ceremony, it's a whole process. But in that graduation, we actually had quite some amazing people speak, and two people from the White House came to speak, and I was surprised. I'm just thinking they're just these uppity White House folks, and it was a man and a woman, and they both were Native individuals who were different from different tribes, and they both grew up on reservations. And to hear their stories of their progression and how they made it to where they're at now. But the main thing that they told the current graduating students was, you know, that they had a responsibility to, that they were taking on a responsibility, right? They're taking on responsibility for representation as they progress, but mainly too that they were going to face more obstacles. They probably have already been through a lot to get to where they were at, but that they were going to face much more. And that really stood out to me because it's not easy. Even with me trying to, I'm living my best life, but, shit's hard sometimes. And it's just, if we allow that negative voice of criticism to kick in and to let the weight of the reality uh, diminish our goals and dreams, it won't be possible. It's hard. I'm telling you, I want to go and finish my book. Well, the main hard part is finances. Not that I don't make good money, but it's a lot of extra expenses that if I think about it too much can, diminish my goals. And so I just wanted to leave that with you all today is that, continue to focus on yourselves, but know that there is going to be obstacles. That's fine, right? There is going to be a lot of pushback, maybe. And you just got to keep, it sounds silly, keep your eye on the prize, but it's going to be hard. It's not easy. It's not meant for everyone. And as long as you can focus on yourself and reevaluate everything you're doing, and while you're doing that, celebrate the small wins. All the small wins count. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It brings me to this quick little funny story. So my one of my, I have lots of daughters, but one of my daughters, she was given $1 the other day. She's only 5, and one of our relatives gave each of the kids $1. Well, this little 5-year-old girl gave the $1 back. She said she wanted a 5. And it's like, this little ungrateful shit, right? Come on, don't be doing that. And so she gave it back. She said, well, it's just $1. And so my son, her twin brother, right? He's also 5. He had $1, and then my niece gave him another $1, so now he had 2. Well, since his twin sister gave the $1 back to our family member, that family member gave him that extra $1. So now he had $3, and we had to remind her now she has 0. She was given 1, but she has 0. And so why am I bringing that up? I was trying to explain it's hard to explain to a 5-year-old finances, right, or money. I was like, baby, if someone even gives you a penny, you take it. She's like, a penny can't give you anything, mama. And I was like, okay, yes, but if you continue to build up on those pennies, it can turn into $1. And those dollars can turn into 10. They can turn into 100 and more, right? It's that collection of money that can build up to buy you a house, to finance, the goals you're trying to do. And so celebrate. I bring that up because it makes me think of like celebrating the wins. It can be a little win. All those little wins will turn into a big win, right? And then ultimately will turn into what you would call and define as your success. Because I'm not defining it for you. It's what you define for yourself. So I just wanted to leave you with that. Just had to bring it to you. I'm excited to continue to bring these stories and conversations, and I can't wait to continue to focus on what's coming up. So stay positive, focus on yourself, reevaluate where you're at right now, and write it down. Think about it every day, and as you're pursuing for the future, don't forget to celebrate your current, right? Celebrate your small goals is really important. Please feel free to like or share this podcast with others. And also, as we continue to bring it on, just spread the word, spread the energy. It's important. As always, if you have any questions or anything that you would like to share with me, please feel free to send me a message at plainissafe000@gmail.com, or go ahead and comment below, and I will try to get back to you soon. It's always a pleasure. Be blessed. Keep it awesome. Be positive. And we will see you next time. Bye now.